do the session.
Okay,
That's
fine.
enough
Yeah,
information.
okay.
So this is what I'm working on right now, and this is called lower astral access. It's a huge. It's big. I have it all on one sheet. It's all miniature size, and I use the pendulum, and the pendulum gives me feedback, and it's going. And this is the part I'm not coming on screen because it's too soon for me. I can't. I won't show my face. But I would love for you to be able to see the pendulum. I'm visual. I need it. I get bored. And it keeps me interested. Because I like to have a little action, you know. And Miles is going to sleep. And you don't even have to be in a meditative state to receive that. All that stuff. It doesn't. You know. It doesn't matter. Because I'm going to talk while I'm sending this to you. I am word to your body, word, I am word. So I did this chart for a dear friend. And the minute it was done, my Word documents went berserk. First time that had done that. And then, because I had them up, and then the phone rang, and I got a gang stalking phone call. Nobody was on the other side. So they knew, because they're keeping track of her. So they think they're, what's that? Oh, go drink.
I'm getting a cup of coffee, folks.
Yeah,
That's what that was about.
Oh, I don't need you, Miles. Go.
I'm not needed. I'll get myself a coffee. Continue.
You'll receive. So it's going. It's still going. It's going for all of you. Because what they do is they access, the black magicians access us through our sleep state, through the lower astral, and this and now the pendulum is going faster and faster and faster. And it's really exciting to read these charts because it's an education. And this is a really important one. This has to be the first thing I do, because if they can access you there, then everything can be pulled back into your reality. And it's still, oh, you know what they're doing? I have to tell you what's going on. So I have a big book of charts, and they're doing them all at once. You're getting the whole shebang. I'm not in charge here, and it's going fast. So the flu's on here, and the pulse liver lobe, hope neurons on here, belief neuron, integration neuron, because people are compartmentalized, and now I can't think of the other one. And it's they're sending it. They're sending all of it. The whole thing's going to you. I am word to your body, word, I am word. And I knew they were going to do this because it takes too long. And it'll be received in the way that your body is most comfortable. Wow. Now it's really going. I hope my pendulum doesn't go flying. Sometimes it goes flying. I'm holding on to it tightly. And I feel some releasing happening here. So limbic cortex is on here. It also, well, it addresses fascia, which holds on to the nerves, and then and the nerves are important to it. You know, I can't really talk so much, I guess. It just keeps going. So there must be a few people on here, because it has to go through all this information for each person. And I can't believe Miles isn't. He left the podium. I've actually done all this work for Miles, so he's good to go. And a while back, he had that horrible toothache. It was horrible, and that was a targeted event. And he doesn't really know, but I know this. But I worked on it, and what came up were all the arteries were blocked off, and in that area. And the next time I saw him, he didn't have toothache. And I've had, okay, that part's done. That was all physical stuff. That was not any of the targeted individual. It had hypothalamus on there, pons, the Lyme disease, cancer infections, dental, the antrum pyloric, that is it has the energetic signature for mineralization for our bodies, and autonomic nervous system. I'm just brain stem, brain, deep cervical lymph nodes. That is the charging station for our bodies. You can look up Dr. Tennant, and that's where I decided to look at it when I looked at Dr. Tennant stuff. Corpus callosum, that's for wound healing. It's also important for addiction. When someone's addicted, they use the corpus callosum biomagnetic pair. Bartonella also gives addictions. The hydrogen's on here. I did that last night, and I'll be doing more. Kidneys is on here. Meninges, oral cavity that goes to calcified adrenals. That's what those low-level frequencies calcify your adrenals. The pancreas, the pia mater, sphenoid bone, spinal cord, the tongue. The tongue is connected to digestion problems. So now I'm gonna do my other book that and this has on it artificial telepathy, remote control. It's possible for them to make us. We could eat a food and think it cured us. It's called positive reinforcement. So they play with us that way, or they give you negative reinforcement because it's all part of the mind control. And that's on here, along with all of the, cell towers, smart meters, radar, laser beam weapon, square wave weapon, molecular dissociation, Wi-Fi, all of that. That's on here. So now I'm I am word through your body's word. I am word. So the whole thing's going to go. I'm going to talk about the root hair plexus. I don't yet know the importance of the root hair plexus, but this is what I do know. I know that that's where stem cells. That's where we have most of our stem cells. We have stem cells everywhere, but those are the most prolific. Our nails are also prolific. So it's, everyone goes, oh, it's, I have edges on my nail. I don't have the right minerals. That's BS. It's because the stem cells have been compromised. And I still have my thumbnail. It still has the ridges there. They haven't gone away yet, but they're connected also to the root hair plexus, and the root hair plexus is a receptor. And once I started working on nanites are in here. Stuff started coming out of my skin. I have scabs that won't release. I can pick at them and they won't release. And other ones, I did one on my clavicle and so I did a chart for it, why it won't release, and it went to my root canal. And so eventually I was able to pull that out, and it was like there was a root on it, and I pulled it out, and now that's completely gone. But on my right deltoid, I have lots of scabs that haven't released yet. And so the other thing is that I have gray hair. We're not supposed to have gray hair. My hair started falling out. So I knew that there were nanites in those root hair plexuses in my hair. And someday it's going to grow back. I know that. So I am word through my body, word I am word. So artificial telepathy is toxoplasmosis, and that lives in the ears, and that's biomagnetism, the inner ear. And the inner ear is in the autonomic nervous system. And the nerve that goes to that is the root hair plexus. And memory neurons are on all these charts, because the only reason why an area becomes weak is because it's lost its memory neurons. It forgot how to be. And this work works on that. Speeding up. That's going fast. I am word through your body's word. I am word. I know who you are in truth. I know what you are in truth. I know how you serve in truth. I am word through your body, word, I am word. I am word through your vibration, word, I am word. I am word through your knowing of yourself as word. You are here, you are here, you are here. I am word to this intention, word, I am word. Miles, you're so funny. you like laughed. Maybe I'd...
Well, we were in a lot of preparation prior to going on, so I needed to
yeah, that's fine.
Stretch the legs. So
yeah.
How do you feel you're proceeding with this?
Oh, it's going quite well. I'm on my second book. I'm not in charge. The pendulum even tells me who I get to work on, who I don't get to work on, and what order, and some people I do each individual chart, but it's going through the whole book. And the guides are actually in charge of this. They're the ones who are They're doing it. And so the whole book's going to go, which makes it very easy and it very quick. And I'm like, well, then how do I give a session? I give a 3-minute session, so I get $3. It's like, so I have a feeling I don't know where I'm going. I'm leaving that open because it's bigger than anything I could imagine at this point. Plus,
we have a suggestion from the from Uncle Slovo.
All right.
You should do a 3-hour PowerPoint presentation.
Well, I'm going to. But right now, people need to get back online because. So what happens is they for all I know, they could change the algorithms because it's all connected to the computer, and I'm back to square one, and I'm building new charts.
Well, a question for you from Neil Thompson 32. Hi, Miles. Does Marie feel the world is waking up?
Yeah, but it's going too slowly. To your point, and what because of the programming, and once I started to see. I mean, I talk to these people, these wonderful people, and I'm going, and I get frustrated with them because you can tell they're in a box and they're lovely, and these are people who come in, they're like star children, and what I realize is that they like one person can't function unless she plans her day. And seriously, planning puts you in a box not like for this, but you have to still leave it loose, it's like people create a plan for their menu. I'm a visual person, so for me, that's just absurd. And I know there's people here probably who that's how they function, and I'm just saying I don't, It's like they go, well, what do you want at the store? Well, I don't know what's at the store.
Well, we've got another question.
Okay.
Are there holographic implants in vaccine inoculations? Are we already all chipped? And that's from Ego Dust.
Yes, I have a lot to say about that, but I'm not going to say it here.
We're coming up to the end of part 1. We can do part 2 later. But another question is, what does she think about being born in an alien land where you have to learn and believe in yourself instead of others? Is it time to accept yourself or what you perceive? And that's from Omar Corona.
Well, that's sort of out of my wheelhouse, but if you're talking about Earth planet, this is our planet. I've thought about the people on Mars. It's like if and I already forgot all the question, but our job is to find out, to know who we are. That's our job.
I think the questioner was asking if it's to accept yourself or what you perceive. Believe in yourself instead of others.
It's about knowing. It's about knowing. It's really I'm addressing belief, but beliefs take you to your knowing, and you need to know that you need to make sure that your knowing isn't based on a false system.
We've got another question from Jennifer Mullins. Miles, could you please ask Marie what we can do better to do better work with our energy? Does that make sense?
This is my answer. The best thing you can do, and this is what I tell people, is to address your low frequencies. Take responsibility for your fear. Take responsibility for your creations, and move through them. And the way that that's why that's why I Am the Word book changed my life, because I did that, and they give you the tools. And I know there's lots of other books, you know. That book comes to, they tell you, if you do this work, you bypass many lifetimes.
Well, we got another question. Does Marie have an opinion about the moon Saturn's effect on our perception and energy?
I don't have an opinion, but I did build a chart. So if I can build a chart, I know it exists. If I can,
I'm butting in here because we've got quite a few questions. I really understand what Marie is saying on many levels. I very much appreciate the energy she is working with, and I'm feeling a lot of dark energy clearing. Thank you both.
Oh, wonderful.
When dowsing, does she, this is from Uncle Slovo, when dowsing, how does she know the limit has been reached? What's Limen? Does that make sense?
Oh, you know, my limit, my pendulum is very bossy. That's what I tell people. It's really bossy. It tells me what to do. It sometimes it'll just like sit there, and I go, okay, so is there somebody you want me to help? And then it'll go yes. And my yes is a counterclockwise. My no is a back and forth. I never ever do clockwise. And
why do you never do the pendulum clockwise? Is that right?
Because of what Max Spears told us.
And what did he say?
He said that we were given two strands. One strand goes clockwise and one goes counterclockwise. So that tells me I need to go in one direction, and I'm counterclockwise is the negative. It's the same as putting a negative magnet on your skin.
Okay, so, well, for Igor, Brickick, I think it is, being a wanderer is to be incarnated willingly into a life of difficulty, so we can learn our lessons and help overcome our births, overcome their limits. So we can learn our lessons and help overcome their limits.
Every
Limen, Uncle Slovo says limen is threshold. Lyman, is that Lyman? Ginger Nichols says, I've heard we aren't supposed to use crystals as pendulums. What do you say about that?
Well, you know, that you can believe that. That's PS.
We'd have to ask Maria weekly that, I think.
This is my opinion. I think people should only use crystals. That's what I think. But you know, you can get to do whatever you want. I do what I want. I make up my own rules. But the thing is I was told to go get a crystal. I'd never gone into the shop down below, you know, because I'm not a new age person. I thought I never would. They said, okay, go to that shop. Came into my head. I went and I got a crystal. So that's that. I can't do a second session because I'm leaving the house in an hour.
Oh, no, no, we wouldn't do another session tonight. I think 2 hours is more than enough for any one particular thing. So we do that another time next week or something. I've got Marie, I've got Mike Emery on tomorrow night. But do you want to just basically summarize? Again, another question from Bill Lyons, Miles Marie. Any advice for someone suffering from long-term depression?
First off, I never use the word suffering. I use the word experience, because you're having an experience, and I experienced depression for much of my adult life. A lot of times it's Lyme. For me, it was Lyme disease. But I'd be curious to know if this session helps you with that, because it's addressed in here. And if you feel like you need it need it again, come back and watch the video. You can just come back and participate again and receive again. It seems like sometimes people need that. I don't. If you go on you might be already on your phone. If you go on your phone, although smartphone programming was in the work I did today. But it's kind of good to step back from that kind of influence and let yourself reprogram, deprogram.
Well, I'm just going to put your bio up at the as a sort of a final sort of a slide again. So people, do you want to explain to people really just again who you are, if you wish? I'm just going to put that up now.
So I'm going to tell you who I'm not. I'm not a professional. I am someone who was brought to this work out of need, a necessity, for a dear family member. I know this is my life mission. I've been told that I'm going to be a great teacher. A medium told me that. I mean, I can't even imagine it. She said people are going to be asking you to come talk. I'm going to be traveling all over. I grew up by Mount Shasta. I grew up in a small mountain valley with ranchers and loggers, and they're my favorite people. I was a gardener in another lifetime because I've gardened since I was able to.
I've just had a feeling. Have you ever experienced the Sasquatch or anything like that?
No, I haven't. And when I would hear about it, I just thought it was just a fairy tale kind of, But now I know that they're real. And maybe I've been observed and I didn't know it.
I don't know why I asked that, but
yeah, well, because the area I come from is sort of Bigfoot area.
Yeah, Bigfoot, yeah, Sasquatch, yeah.
Yeah. I can tell you that I definitely have seen one ship. It was north of Medford. It was on a plateau, actually, and it's only been in the last year where I realized that that's what it was. But I knew that it wasn't a falling star. I've seen ghosts. I've seen my husband's mother's ghost. We were in a Hilton hotel, which was very interesting after what Max Spears said about the Hilton.
Well, I think that was possibly not necessarily just the Hilton, but it's interesting that the whole point about it. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think he's saying that there's certain symbols in the Hilton, on certain Hiltons, which indicate that that's where certain things happen with regard to the not necessarily humans amongst us.
He said that people go there, they'll check into the Hilton, and then they'll have meetings in the astral.
Okay, so, I've got another question that's repeated actually from the Omnipotently. Hello, Miles. Could you please ask Marie how we can all help with healing Mother Earth?
So this is my take, and I'm still uncertain. I still haven't I haven't had the full realization, but this is where Max Spears helped me too, because he talked about the heart chakra being planet Earth. So my work shows me, see, I can find a certain river in your body, and they're in the arteries and the blood. I can find that river in your body. I can find the Milky Way in your body. I can find the structure of a tree in your body. And DMT is activated by the smell of trees. I believe, and actually I know this, but people have a hard time saying they know this, but this is what I know. That we heal the planet when we heal ourselves. That's why it's important and for me, healing is knowing who you are. And it's really not about healing. Everyone, gets excited because your body healed, but that becomes a trap, because then we don't go beyond that. And black magicians can heal. That taught me a lot. And so
black magicians can heal. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, they use healing techniques. And in fact, they've used all those. They use it all in the underground bases. They use so that helped me put that in perspective.
There's a suggestion by Ginger Nichols. The media does a good job of depressing people. Get rid of your TV, walk in nature, think positively.
Yeah, but you have to address your fears. Think so think positively about your fears. But you can't, if you ignore your fears, like what the guides say, it's like you can't rise if you have a bunch of baggage. You have to let go of that baggage first, and then you'll get lighter and less dense. And my work, by the way, makes us less dense, because it's easy to say how the matrices makes us dense, and it's this fake netting that's been placed over us, and it makes us heavy. So our job really is to know who we are. And some people need help with it, and that's what I'm doing.
Well, Uncle Slovo is saying it. DMT is found in most plants and trees. What's your view on that? And also Jennifer Mullen, she says, "Wow, Marie is talking truth. More chills here."
So the DMT, I still have to explore DMT. And I will at a later time, but it kind of came up yesterday. The DMT is connected also with our I call them quality neurons, the ones for thought and joy and happiness. I call those qualities. I don't call them emotions. But the reason why we don't have access to them is because they're in conflict with the DMT, and we're being, and this is I've wanted to learn this. I can't. It's hard for me to picture how they feed on us. Whoever feeds on us.
You're talking the negative dark matter entities.
Yeah.
NDEs, I think, negative dimensional entities. Some spiritual people would call them.
The reason why we don't have enough DMT is because that's their food source, and ketones are also their food source.
Just again, My Healing House 1, great stuff today, Marie. I will email you. The book sounds good. I'm noticing a change after you did the clearing. I'm always looking forward for more charts. I'm always looking for more charts as I do clearing sessions, as you do. Thank you. Audrey Smith says spiritual molecule. Joseph Newton says reminded of Dolores Cannon, covering some similar topics. What do you think about that?
Well, I love Dolores Cannon. This is what I want to say is that my job is to find where the weaknesses are. And the weakness, something that didn't show, this is what I learned. And I don't know everything about it, so I don't know. There might be people who would talk about this, but Dolores Cannon talks about the doubles that are created when we have to choose between two important events in our lives, and that we're not supposed to interfere with that double. And it's out doing something, but this is what I've worked on. I've built charts for being connected to the double, and this is what shows up is that the black magicians use our doubles to get to us. And I forgot to say that because I usually go, I am word through all aspects of the body. So that would take in all the doubles. That would take in all the dimensions. That would take in takes in everything. And in the hypnosis session, this is what I think. I would love to teach them. Is that they need to clear that first, because this is what I know also, is that you think your higher self's coming in. Guess what? It could be the higher self for your double. So they need to cut that off. But the other thing is that double also needs healing. So if you cut yourself off from that double, then that double might not get healing. And that's when I know if it's not beneficial, I know that won't happen in my work, because it's always shown up like that. But everybody, that needs to be addressed.
Well, we're going to wind things up.
This has been so much fun.
Yeah, it's good. Yeah, and I'm going to be doing a few things. It's just good to talk. Any last words that people want to maybe say? And we'll do another session. We'll just take it as it comes. Anything you want to say? Oh, by the way, this is my Saturn V at the back here. Just made had to get my Saturn V in there.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, Elon Musk week. Anyway, that's it. Yes, continue. Any last words? It's important to be honest, and it's important to be mad, and it's important to be angry, and it's important to yell if you feel like yelling. But if you hold on to that energy, you make yourself a target. The other thing I want to tell you is that if you take bioengineered supplements, you make yourself a target, because that's an antenna. And I have charts, and I can tell you, it's pretty daunting. I can tell you about A and D, what it does for your body. Clearly, the information is so educational. And it's not true that the food doesn't have enough nutrients anymore. We don't even need that many nutrients. If you want your nutrients, eat raw honey. Yeah, well, I'm going to have to call it a day there. But my father was a beekeeper. I think he had about 200 beehives in Northern Ireland, and we ate honey every day.
Yeah, eat raw honey. It has everything you need in it.
Well, we're going to say goodnight. It's the end of basis 50 and 83 or whatever it is. And I'll be mentioning
any emails that aren't really important. Do not email me. Do not take up my time.
Okay, that's important. The thing was that the email was on your bio, just so you know.
Yes,
that.
But I'm saying you choose. You need to know that if you're looking for attention, I'm not giving you attention. And I can feel it. You can when you take away my time, I can't help you, and I can't help other people.
Okay.
That's important.
That's very important. And that's one of the things about Facebook and all these other social media things. They take your time. Well, for tonight, thank you very much, Marie. And we'll meet again in part 2 with intentional energetics. And if you want, I'm just going to fade you out, Marie. We'll talk off air. 1 second. Cheerio for now. And if you want to support Basis, or you want to support any other of the creators, there's a new site called patreon.com. You can go there. You can donate $1 a month or whatever. You can maybe $10 or 50 quid or whatever. And or whatever, just a little thing, and everybody just gets together and go to the patreon.com, and it helps us all survive on this very aggressive atmosphere where there's a lot of difficulty with creators on YouTube. Anyway, that is my shout out for now, and I will cut the end of the program up and say good night. The end slate will contain more details on Steam It and Patreon. Good night for now.